And like, should people be scared of grant writing? And I assume you'll say no.
Yeah, I hope to make it as friendly for people as possible. So, yeah.
You want to write a grant. Christie and I have come up with 10 tips for grant writing. Christie is the person who reads many grants, and me as a person who has applied to many grants. So I will be giving tips for as the person writing, and Christie will be giving tips for how to get on the good side of the person reading.
Sounds good.
So my first tip is apply. Apply for the grant, apply for the funding. If you've got the idea, honestly, in my opinion, that can be the hard part. But then workshopping it and putting it into a grant helps you to actually think about it and flesh it out. It helps you to find partners, to negotiate with people. And you may or may not get the funding, but you never know whose desk your application is going to end up on, and what connections or partners you might get from saying, here's a thing we should do. And whether you get the funding this year or do it again next year, or somebody says, actually, we want to connect you with this person. I don't think that there's ever been a bad time to submit a grant application.
Absolutely. And as someone who is reading the application, I love being drawn into a good story. So tell us the story. Bring YAYA into the vision of what you would like to accomplish in and through this ministry endeavor. How does your project seek justice? How does it involve or include your local community? And just tell us why you feel this is a good idea and why you're passionate about it.
So, tip number 2, tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Tip number 3, ask for the real money that you actually are hoping for. Ask for the full thing, and then Christie will maybe call you and negotiate what is a reasonable amount of money that they would actually fund, and help you figure out how to supplement the funding or how to make the project smaller or how to whatever. But my experience, Christie, is that if you ask for an amount of money that you think you'll get, YAYA is more likely to be like, you haven't thought this through. We don't think that that's enough money, so no. As opposed to, occasionally I have asked for a chunk of money, and always Christie has said, maybe not that much, but here's our idea for how to give you some of that and how to fix the project accordingly. Does that seem right?
Yeah. Along those lines, number 4, good counting. I think as people reading the grants, tell us the story, but also be clear and succinct. So don't get so lost in the story that you lose the focus of the main thing. Be upfront with what the main thing is and the goals and objectives, and draw us into that in a way that makes sense and that clearly, states your case, kind of thing.
Yeah, which is very similar to my tip number 5, which is say why this is worth doing. Say who this matters to, why it's impactful. Like, say what the thing is, tell them what the thing is and how you're going to do it. We love an action plan. And then make sure that you say who this is meaningful for, why it's important, to whom this will matter. Because you're in the business of heartful ministry.
Yeah, exactly. And thoughtful ministry. Yeah. Number 6. See, I'm losing track already. Number 6. Do your research. So make sure you've got, like you just alluded to, like a heartfelt, thoughtful plan. Who are your supports around you? You need to be able to, this needs to be embedded in some kind of congregational context. So who are your supports around you? Is this something that you have talked to the wider leadership about within your congregational context? Do you have good support for it on the ground? Because that's going to help you carry this forward and pull this off. set a realistic working budget. If you want to pay somebody, if it's, say it's an application for a youth worker, for instance, if you want to pay somebody a living wage, know what that is for your region. Have done your research, show how your budget is going to support that, and make it realistic. Your budget needs to match kind of the action of your plan and its intended outcomes. So it's got to all kind of align that way.
And also I would maybe throw in, do your research on if this thing exists already and how other people are doing it and what this thing looks like in other regions, right? Like,
or if there's an opportunity for partnership in that. Yeah.
Well, it's a perfect segue because my number 7 is find a buddy.
Buddies are the best. Buddies are the best. I love the buddy system.
Find a buddy who you can bounce your ideas off of. Find a partner in crime who will help you with the paperwork. In my life, I have a group of like Christie and my parents and my pastor to negotiate with, but my buddy is Emily Savage because she is so good at paperwork and I am less good at it, but we're
it's a growing edge.
Yeah. Find a buddy and see what else is happening, and don't put all that pressure on yourself.
Yeah. 8. Show us in your application how your project is going to be sustainable going forward. So again, this kind of ties into the budget thing, but is this ask for funding? Is this going to be a yearly ask? Or, how can you demonstrate to us in your application that you've thought about how this may become a self-sufficient project down the road? And do some thinking about sustainability. You want to set realistic goals so that A, you can achieve your goals, but B, can you carry them forward? What's next in the future? Do you see this as a recurring thing? Is this a one-shot deal? Just put some thought into, basically what it means for the future and going forward.
Number 9. Keep it concise. YAYA is a governing board of young people who are in university and young adults and other people who are reading through. You can keep your language pretty casual, like not casual, but like you don't need to be like up in that thesaurus with your academic language. Keep it to just like maybe like 2 or 3 pages. Keep it concise. Show the heart and show the plan, but like this is not a Government of Ontario grant where you think you need 47 pages and a detailed breakdown and to already lay out your whole plan and the budget and your plan for going under budget and all the, like, put in the application, keep it heartfelt, keep it intentional, and know that it's being read by intelligent, hardworking, thoughtful young people who care about young adult ministry and youth ministry and children's ministry.
Exactly, the whole gamut, age 0 to 30. My last 10 would be just respect the deadlines. Know when the stuff is not only due, but another important part of the grant writing process is the reporting. So come to us and share the story of what happened. How did your event carry out? What did you learn? What would you do better or differently for next time? And along with that, make sure you have a read of the fine print and know that along with your reporting back, we would like a few pictures of your event. Artwork is always good because it's really helpful then to show others. Just so excited to read your thoughts and dreams and visions for youth and young adult ministry in the Synod, and get those applications coming in, and we'll be in touch.